3 years ago, in 2015, I had an idea for building a canopy that I would use at a regional Burning Man event, which would give me a space that I could use for serving meals, hanging out if the weather's bad, or getting out of the sun on sunny days. And so I designed this 20 by 20 foot canopy, which would have 3 clips attaching here to the plastic. They sandwich it from both sides and don't puncture the fabric, so it's quite strong. And then I had lines running from those to carabiners here so that I could apply tension on each of the corners and pull the thing tight. And it worked pretty well, except that there were puckers in the middle that I couldn't seem to get rid of no matter how much I tensioned it. And then when it rained, those puckers would collect a little water, and that would weigh the thing down, and it would be threatening to collapse or get really, really low. And then in 2018, this summer, one of the corners tore out just as I was setting it up for the event. I tried moving the clips in, those tore out too. Luckily, we had people coming in a bit later, and they were able to find a 20 by 20 foot tarp and bring it along, and we were able to set up with that. But it got me worried that my solution wasn't going to be something that would be dependable. It may have just been sheer luck that I'd gotten 4 years out of it, or maybe 4 years is just the maximum you can expect the tarp to take that tension. At any rate, I came up with a slightly different design that I wanted to try out. So this is scaled to be a 30 by 30 foot tarp, giving a little more space, which was something my campmates had requested. And the poles are scaled to be 5 and 10 feet long, although they're way too thick. But that's just what I had sitting around. And the idea was to sew a pocket inside here, run a rope through it, and then tension the rope. And because I cut the side so it's slightly arced, there's about a foot difference here in the scale from the edges, that my idea was when you pull on the rope, that would tend to try to straighten the line, and that would hopefully pull tighter across here and tension everything up. It's not working. What's happening is when you press on this, if you look here at that end, you can see it's just sliding down. It's not holding the center up the way it should. So I need to modify the design. My next thought is that I should get these ropes centered in here so they don't have a long bit here and no bit down there, and then stitch them into their pockets so that they can't slide. Do that all around, put it back on, and see if then, when I pull on these, it tensions it properly as they try to straighten up, I hope. Also, if that is an improvement but doesn't quite get us there, I'm worried that it's looking a little too flat here. By going out 5 feet farther on each side, that kind of flattens the arc, so it's not as arced as the 20 by 20 foot would be. And so I might try making poles that would be the equivalent of 12 or 15 feet long here, keeping the 5 foot there, which would give it more of an arch. It would also make it not go out as far on the sides, but that's okay. So those are the next moves to see if I can get an improved version